Hi everyone. This is part of the series where I'm solving coding bot problems to explain logical thinking, strings, and loops. So the first thing I suggest you to do is I've made two videos on explaining the two problems that came before this. So one was Girl Cigars, the other one was Date Fashion. This one is Squirrel Play, and there were six more problems that will be done in Logic 1. So I suggest that you watch the first two videos before watching this one, as they include important concepts on Boolean versus integer, using greater than or equal to, and using elif statements and step thinking, right? Like step checking values. All right. So now that we know that, let's attack this question. So basically what's happening here is the squirrels in Palo Alto spend most of the day playing. In particular, they play if the temperature is between 60 and 90 inclusive, unless it's summer. So unless, that usually implies an if or else statement, as we've seen in the first problem, it's summer. Then the upper limit. So upper limit usually means 90 because it's 90. That's like the greater number in the condition. That's your upper limit, is 100 instead of 90. Given an integer temperature and Boolean is underscore summer, return true if the squirrels play, else return false. Okay, so we have that. Let's attack the problem and decode what it's trying to say. So the first, we have two conditions. First, whether, so condition A is it summer, and condition B is, actually, I don't think it would be valid to say two conditions. I think it would be, actually, no. So this is the process where logical thinking comes into play, right? These are hierarchical thinking. So there is a condition of is it summer, right? And under that, we have another condition to check, which is the temperature. So we'll call this, I'm using Google Doc bullet point thing, condition I is temperature. So let's write this a little bit of code out here, right? So what it's saying is that so let's start from is it summer, right? The first part of the question implies that it's not summer, right? So if summer, because the variable here or the parameter here is underscore summer is equal to false, then what we're gonna do is we have to check the condition, right? So condition I is temperature. Unless it is summer, the upper limit, so sorry, the they play if the temperature is between 60 and 90 inclusive. If temp, which is the parameter, is greater than or equal to 60 and temp is less than or equal to 90, then you return true because the squirrels are playing, else because if there's any other temperature, if the temperatures are say below 60 or they're above 90, they don't fall in between that range. We need to return false regardless. We just say return false, right? Then let's think about the logic, because in a summer, you can only have two possible outcomes. It's either false or true. Since we've coded false, we don't need to write any other statement. We can just say else. If temp, the lower bound will stay the same according to the question. So it's less than or equal to 60. And now we just have to change the upper bound because it says 100 instead of 90. Temp is greater than or equal to 100. Return true. Else return, oops, forgot our indentation. So now that we know that, I think essentially what we did was I wrote out the code for the most part. So let's just summarize this equal to false, because again, equal is the checking, and equal, a single equal, is a assignment operator. You don't want to assign a value, we need to check a value. So that's why we're using double. If temp is greater than or equal to 60, and temp is less than or equal to 90, then return true, else return false, else, because we're coming back to the outer loop of is summer, is equal to true if temp is less than or equal to 60 and temp is greater than or equal to 100. Return true. Oops. False. Okay, so now that we're running this, we see that there's something wrong here. So there's something wrong in line 8. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, okay. So the error here is temp is equal to 60. Notice how making that mistake of not using double checking, double equal. So here I'm introducing a new concept. This was a really silly mistake. So let's see here. Equal to is checking. So it'll check to see if two values are equal. It's a checking operator versus a single equal, which is assignment. You use single equal when you want to say x is equal to 60. You're trying to assign 60 to a variable, you'd use single. But since we're trying to check if it's equal or not, what I needed to do was I forgot my checking operand, right? Oops. Okay, let me fix that. There we go. Oh, yay, we got a star. We solved it just like they would. Okay. So these are the notes for the video. You can take a screenshot if you'd like. But yeah, that's how you solve this problem. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. Any suggestions, please email me. It seems as though the comments area is disabled for some reason. I think it's because of YouTube Kids. But if you have any questions, please feel free to email me in the email that I'll put in description. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.